Hello, welcome to today's Decay, where we celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time, November 9th edition, from the pale blue dot. Oh, there's people coming out at 212 East 14th Street. Why are we here, you ask? Because in 1910, one Irving Klaw was born. Fetish and Hollywood still photographer, or rather I should say seller of film stills and fetish and bondage stuff. He had his studio here at 212 East 14th Street in Mad Manhattan. But this wasn't his first one. Actually, his first one was right over here. Where are we? Right next to Happy Burrito. 209 East 14th Street, where he was in the basement as early as 1938. I don't want to go down to the basement, but maybe I do, depending on what he's selling. Anyway, he quickly relocated to this address, although this entire lame building was not here at the time. And he was here for Movie Star News, like throughout all the golden age of, all the, Betty Page and so on photography that happened, like right here in this, not building, but address. And Movie Star News, he was here selling stuff out of this address, like clear to the early 80s, which is fascinating to think, because the likes of who else was here on 14th Street? We're right in the corner of 14th and 3rd. So you've got Irving Plaza and Club 57 just right over there. So Glenn Danzig and Howie Pyro would have probably, I know for sure Howie did, come here to this address and buy maybe those, stills for the iconic Crimson Ghost logo that wind up on the Irving Plaza poster art and so on and so forth. Am I connecting my own dots? Was it really the Jerry, what's his name's film, a still photo store instead, or just random magazines? It's fine. I think it's all really fun to think about because it's history and it's not here anymore. I think we like to think of ourselves here as this is the Roman Empire and we'll exist for 1,000 years or more, or the Egyptian Empire and be here for time eternal near enough, right? But what if we're really just like ancient Carthage, who ruled the Mediterranean with an iron fist for 200 solid years and then disappeared into the sands of the desert, never to be seen or heard of again. And I say this for multiple reasons, but for one, there is nothing here today that would even give you a hint of what history was here for decades and decades, right? If he started in 1938, just over yonder, and look, there's Beauty Bar. Hello, Michael and Emily. And then was right here till the early 80s. That's a heap of time, and there's not even the slightest glimpse of that. How much do we claw our way and try to carve our name into this planet, into the surface of the planet to say, hey, we were here, remember us, and yet the sands of time eat us away. Yeah. Is it a desert? Is it a jungle? 1923, Hank Mazel was born, creator of none other than the jungle rock itself. The rumor, the old wives' tale, is that he doesn't even remember recording this song, and that people in the 70s found him pumping gas in the South somewhere and said, hey, are you Hank Mazel? Your song is charting on the top 10 or number 1 or something like that in the British charts. And he had to he's like, yes, that is me. And they handed him some big check, and he had to then go relearn how to play the song because he didn't remember anything about it, and then wound up on Top of the Pops for a bunch of years. So yeah, Hank Mazel, 1923. 1934, today, Carl Sagan was born. Again, who will remember Carl Sagan in 200 years? How about in the next election cycle? How about right now? I don't know. Anyway, today's Decay. From the pale blue dot, from me to you, till tomorrow. Goodbye.